Hi, hello and welcome back again to our channel where we take you on what most would call a luxurious journey. Today we're going to be talking about one of the most iconic places in the world that doesn't receive as much recognition as it should. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and share. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Home to 11.2 million people, Cuba is famous worldwide for so many reasons, from its beautiful beaches to stunning architecture and the infectious rhythms of Cuban music. It's also popular worldwide for cigars, rum and coffee, but the most iconic picture of Cuba for most people will be the image of vibrant colored vintage American cars driving down the streets of famous Cuban cities like Havana. Cuba is also the largest island in the Caribbean Sea and the 17th largest island in the world. It enjoys a privileged location between South and North America, only about 1/4 miles from the Bahamas and 1/8 miles from Florida. With more than 3,500 miles of coastline, Cuba is surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean to the north and the Caribbean Sea to the south. Some of the Caribbean's most attractive beaches may be found along Cuba's coastline. Cuba's beaches are renowned for their gorgeous white sands and azure waters, and they are delightfully quiet and tranquil. A small sample of the many perfect turquoise-edged strands that ring the island includes Varadero and the Jardines del Rey archipelago. The island of Cuba is famous worldwide for its love of music and dancing. Dancing is part of life in Cuba, and it is home to many popular forms of dance, from the slow danzón or tango to the fast paces of the mambo, cha-cha, and salsa dancing. Cuba has also been massively influential in the world of music and has a distinctive Cuban sound which offers familiar guitar chords, catchy melodies, and percussion sounds, as well as infectious rhythms. A fun fact about Cuba, as hard to believe as it is, for United States presidents have tried to buy Cuba, starting in 1808 up until 1898. These presidents considered the Spanish colony up for sale. Thomas Jefferson in 1808 for an undisclosed amount. James Polk offered $100 million in 1848. Franklin Pierce considered $130 million a fair sum in 1854, and William McKinley opted for a bid of $300 million in 1898. Unsurprisingly, all offers to the Spanish were rejected. I bet not a lot of people know this about Cuba. Surprising, I know. Havana is a lot of things: the capital city, the largest province, a major port, and the leading commercial center of Cuba. The city has a population of 2.1 million inhabitants, and it spans a total of 728.6 square kilometers, making it the largest city by area, the most populous city, and the fourth largest metropolitan area in the Caribbean region. The city of Havana was founded by the Spanish in the 16th century, and due to its strategic location it served as a springboard for the Spanish conquest of the continent, becoming a stopping point for treasure-laden Spanish galleons returning to Spain. The city attracts over 1 million tourists annually. The official census for Havana reports that in 2010 the city was visited by 1,176,627 international tourists, a 20% increase from 2005. Old Havana was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1982. The city is also noted for its history, culture, architecture, and monuments. As typical of Cuba, Havana also features a tropical climate. One of the many places that piques a lot of interest in Cuba would have to be the Grand Theater of Havana, or as it's more popularly known by the locals, Gran Teatro de la Habana. Gran Teatro de la Habana is a theater in Havana, Cuba, home to the Cuban National Ballet. It was designed by the Belgian architect Paul Billau and built by Purdy and Henderson engineers in 1914 at the site of the former Teatro TAC-N. Its construction was paid for by the Galician immigrants of Havana to serve as a community social center. Located in the Paseo del Prado, its facilities include theaters, a concert hall, conference rooms, a video screening room, as well as an art gallery, a choral center, and several rehearsal halls for dance companies. It hosts the International Ballet Festival of Havana every 2 years, since 1960. The neo-Baroque Gran Teatro de la Habana Alicia Alonso, erected as a Galician social club between 1907 and 1914, features highly ornate and even exuberant architectural details. It's the official stage for the Cuban National Ballet Company and the headquarters of the biennial International Ballet Festival. Dance presentations, ranging from ballet to contemporary dance to Spanish-influenced choreography by companies from all over the country and abroad, are the highlights every weekend. There are daily guided tours, formerly known as Centro Gallego. The theater was built around the Teatro TAC-N, attached to the social club since 1838. The Takan opened with 5 masked carnival dances, which forms the basis for the claim that it's the oldest operating theater in the Western Hemisphere. Over its 180 years it has hosted international figures such as Enrico Caruso, Anna Pavlova, Maya Plisitskaya, and Sarah Bernhardt, as well as remarkable companies such as the American Ballet Theatre, the Royal Ballet, Antonio Gades Ballet, and the Ballet of Buenos Aires. Still standing the test of time, the theater was renovated in 2015 and sparkles afresh from its perch in Park Central. Its facilities include a 1,500-seat main hall, a concert hall, conference rooms, and an art gallery. It is indeed a stunning building. The only way to visit inside, however, is to buy tickets for a performance or take a 45-minute guided tour. That's not all Cuba has to offer, as I'm sure you're well aware. Next we have the Playas del Este. Located just over 20 minutes west of the city of Havana, the Playas del Este area is a collection of beaches and small communities along the shore. While this area technically isn't a part of Havana, it's considered to have Havana's best beaches, by far. This stretch of beachfront, about 9 miles more or less in length, includes about 7 unique beaches. From popular and easily accessible local beaches that leave a lot to be desired to truly impressive stretches of fine golden sand and crystal clear waters, you'll find a lot of variety on the beaches of Playas del Este. There's a surprising variety among the beaches in the Playas del Este area, though most tend to have beautiful golden or nearly white sand and impressively clear waters. The area can get wavy during the winter but generally is excellent for both swimming and water sports. The majority of travelers who visited Playas del Este found the beaches to be beautiful and relaxing. With a good mix of locals and visitors, a number of different beach sections belong to the Playas del Este, which extend over an area of about 10 kilometers in length. While parts of the extensive beaches are very beautiful, other sections are not as nice. The most famous sections are the Playa Santa Maria and the Playa Guanabo. From a tourist viewpoint, Playa Santa Maria del Mar is certainly the most important section. It is not only the longest, but also the most beautiful and the most suitable section for swimming. The beach is wide, there are very charming dunes with lots of white Caribbean sand, and also some shadowing palm trees. In summer, many residents from Havana come, so it sometimes gets quite crowded. On these days, there is a flair that reminds a bit of Rio de Janeiro's Copacabana. During the winter, on the other hand, hardly any visitors show up. While the beach in Varadero is crowded with beachgoers, it is not uncommon to have the Playas del Este almost to oneself. There are 5 main beach sections in Playas del Este. Among them are Playa Santa Maria, Guanabo and Boca Chica, the beach at Marina Marlin Turar and Playa Bacureno. With that said, Cuba is that place you go for a quiet getaway, take in the scenery, and just relax. And that's all for this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and hope to catch you in the next one.